Hi, everybody. We here at McStabber Studios appreciate you tuning in to see our tabletop RPG streams. Some of the content of our streams may be a bit mature and cause emotional responses in viewers. We really take the well-being of our viewers very seriously, and we want you to do what you need to if something triggers you. Mute the stream, take a break, or just skip an episode. Otherwise, if you decide to stay tuned in, we are available in chat during the streams to talk you through it if you need that. Thank you so much, and we hope you enjoy this game session.
Why dost thou sit upon my grave and will dead lips to speak? Why dost thou weep upon my grave and will not let me sleep? My breast it is as cold as clay, my breath is earthly strong, and if you kiss my cold clay lips, your days they won't be long. How oft on yonder grave, sweetheart, where we were wont to walk, the fairest flower that e'er I saw has withered to a stalk. When will we meet again, sweetheart? When will we meet again? When the autumn leaves that fall from trees are green and spring up again. How oft on yonder grave, sweetheart, where we were wont to walk, the fairest flower that e'er I saw has withered to a stalk.
Good evening, and welcome to McStabber Studios' Wraith Life Derailed. I am the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I am Tam, and I play Isaac.
And I'm Ravina, and I play Margot.
I am House, and I play Noah Frost.
And I'm Relyn, Shanky's wife, and I'm playing Alexis Langley.
I'm Urian, and I'm playing Tark Tiernan.
I'm Evie Eternal, and I'm playing Aurora Walker.
And when we were last together with this circle of the restless dead, they were still in the train yard, and they had just had a conversation with Thomas that he didn't seem to enjoy having, and it showed just a little bit of the weight of what had been on his shoulders. But that's not the first scene of this evening. The first scene of this evening is going to address what happened to Noah. A Harrowing is a nightmare ride through the deepest parts of the underworld. A psychodrama starring an unlucky wraith and directed by the Wraith's shadow with the assistance of malignant specters. It is said that Harrowings were originally purely designed for teaching, ways for the Wraith to come to grips with their passions and fetters and understand them better in order to grow beyond them. But those days are long gone. Now Harrowings are things of horror and loss, pain and suffering, and ultimately survival. Monsters are real, and ghosts are real too. They live inside us, and sometimes they win. After you had pulled your flask, Noah, and that thing opened at the bottom of your feet, that opening, you found yourself initially falling through. It's a lot like that storm you saw. At 1 minute, you're falling through rain, another minute, blood, broken glass, debris. Sometimes you see faces in it. Sometimes you see images of people. You might even swear you saw a blackened human form with wings, briefly. But then, without a sense of movement or feeling like you've stopped falling, you find yourself, outside a movie theater with Claire on your arm. And you have just watched, a movie. I believe it was Titanic, as a matter of fact.
You know, darling, it was a little overdramatic, but I did enjoy it. What'd you think?
Kind of long, don't you think?
Yeah. Towards the end, I was ready to get up, but I'm glad we sat through it.
Well, and first and foremost, there was room on that door.
There was.
He totally
She was kind of wrong not to let him get up on it. I know.
Oh, I'll never let go. Oh, yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of caught that too. I would make sure I made room for you on the door.
Do you think?
Go ahead.
How vivid, how real does this feel?
Very real. You remember everywhere you were before this. You remember being on the train. You remember grabbing the flask. You actually have the flask in your hand. And more than that, you can actually feel your flash drive in your pocket, a wallet in your back pocket. And
Claire's arm through yours.
That's correct. And you know where you even remember where your car is parked. It's a parking lot down the street. Car keys are right in your pocket where you expect them to be.
So are we going home from here, or do you want to go do something else?
How did we get here?
We drove. Don't you remember?
How did we get here? How did I get here?
You asked me to go to the movies with you because I'd been in D.C. working and was coming home for the weekend.
Sorry. Yeah. We can go.
Okay.
And as you head to your car, you recognize the street you're on. You've been here before. And as you're walking towards your car, you arrive at a darkened parking lot. Tonight, it's free to park because it's late in the evening and all the daily commuters at work in the city are gone, so there's no need to pay for the parking. And as you enter this dark parking lot heading towards your car, 4 shadows detach themselves behind you.
Can I use, as I notice this, can I use, for the basic foreshadow, not the 10-minute concentrate, but just the perception to see if I'm in immediate danger?
Yes, you actually can. Oddly enough, it's a power that you've got when you're dead, but for some reason, you have access to it.
I believe it's perception and fatalism.
I'm pulling it up now on my little sheet here. Yes, perception, fatalism, Difficulty will be 6.
Does my insightful help at all in here?
Are you using Foreshadow or Kismet?
So it's Foreshadow, but it's one sec. There are kind of 2 abilities with it where I don't need to do spend the pathos to do the second one. I just want to do I essentially roll based to check if I'm being ambushed and see if I'm in immediate danger.
Okay. So you will roll Perception Fatalism. You wanted to use Detail Oriented?
Insightful.
Insightful, go ahead.
Okay.
It'll count. Difficulty is 6.
Okay. Bear with me one sec. Three successes.
You're very much in danger.
Run.
But at the same
Claire.
time,
What's wrong?
not
Run.
in danger.
What is it?
Go,
Hold on.
please. I turn around.
I
Hold
don't
on
want to
a
leave
second.
you.
Wait, hold on a second there. You got a cigarette I can have? I can borrow off you?
Who are you?
Just
No,
a guy.
I don't. I don't smoke.
You don't? That's a shame. You're gonna need to. So, I think we'll be having all the valuables off you.
Am I surrounded?
You weren't a second ago. But there's an odd dreamlike quality to this event. And like in dreams, things shift quickly. And you are surrounded by 4 individuals.
Just give them whatever they want.
Yes, just give them whatever they want, and we'll make sure that you both get through this process as painlessly as possible. All of your valuables, now.
Who are you?
Yes. Now.
It don't fucking matter.
It's irrelevant. You don't need to know.
Look,
Just give us your
listen.
stuff and you can be on your way.
Listen, man, just give them what they want. Nobody has to get hurt, all right? It'll be all right. Just give them what they want.
Fine. Just don't hurt her. Fine. It's
Why
fine.
don't you
fucking
listen
do
to
it.
him?
Or else
I think
she's
you're
gonna
holding
have
back.
a very bad day.
I keep my hands up.
Do it now! Give it to
Going.
us!
Wallet, out!
He's gonna do it. You don't have to hurt him, guys. He's gonna do it.
Easy now.
Is he? I don't see him moving.
Yep.
Move faster.
I drop my
Alright.
wallet, drop my keys.
I think you're
Drop.
holding something back. Out with it.
I pull the flask out of my other back pocket, drop that.
Don't give him that. That was your grandfather's.
Oh, I'll be
I'm
having
gonna
that.
Things can be
forward and
replaced.
Slug Noah right in the chest.
Man, come on.
Come on.
Wedding ring, anything you got. You don't have to get hurt.
I'm sorry, I must have slipped. Now get more. I want more.
You've
Better
got to have
fucking do
more on
it.
you.
You got the wallet. Just go, guys.
I
I
look at
think
her.
that pretty missy over there is more valuable to you than whatever you've got in your
Stop,
pocket.
stop.
Oh, we could have a lot of fun with her.
I take
Yeah.
off the ring and drop it on the ground, and I look at her. Things can be replaced.
And as
That's
you're
right,
taking,
dumbass. Get moving. There's
as you're
more.
taking
Come
the ring
on.
off, you can feel it tugging. That ring's important to you,
Hurry up!
as is the flask. You don't
Like
know
I
why.
said. It's a very pretty missy you got there. Shame if something were to happen to her. Imagine.
Shame if I cut off her face.
I've
God,
mentioned
do you talk to your mother like that?
Imagine.
Stop.
Say one more word at a turn, bitch, and I'm gonna give you a reason to scream.
Hey,
Just
There's no
imagine
need-
her never being able to say to you, "It's okay" again.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Come on, you've got to have something more. This can't be all you've got. How about car keys? You
I
want to
dropped
give us
those
those?
right there. Look,
Look, you
What
damn
about the
moron.
pin?
I'm trying to save you from getting hurt.
I've given you all
What
I
else?
have.
ATM
What else?
pin now. Did I
Your phone.
stutter?
There's nothing
And
in
your
there.
house keys.
And as this is going on, you actually see a police officer walking by, not far away, right in front of this parking lot.
Help us! Help us!
Is there any reaction when she yells that?
The police officer looks over, and you see fire dancing in his eyes. And he grins.
Yeah, I don't think
walks
you'll be
off.
getting much help from that side tonight.
I'll backhand the wife.
Stop
she
it.
goes-
Stop.
You feel a
And you
sharp
see
pain
her.
in your chest, and when you look down, your white shirt has a blood spot that's growing larger on it. I tried to keep you out of trouble, man.
I gave you all I had.
No, I think there's
You want
more.
Mm-hmm.
What's that
Is
bulge in
that
your
all
pocket?
your life's worth, huh?
You got something else? Give it over.
Are you with them?
Don't give him anything else. Don't.
Shut up. You had your chance. You better give us everything. I tried to keep you safe.
Time's ticking.
I'm getting
I-
tired of this.
Stop. No. I reach into my pocket, pull out the flash drive.
That's worthless shit.
That's
Valuables,
bullshit.
man.
We don't want that.
Come
Valuables.
on!
I empty my pockets. This is the last thing I have.
And
You
with the
see a screwdriver with blood on it. Do you need another reminder? It was a nice shirt.
You asked me to strip down naked.
You need to keep that. You need to keep that.
And with the strange dreamlike quality, the scene resets itself. You're no longer wounded, everything is in your pocket, and you're surrounded by 4 individuals. You still have the
Hello.
flask in your hand.
Hello,
Come on, you
bro.
dumb bastard. Empty those
do we
pockets.
have?
Wallet. Now.
You
Give
get
us
shoved
everything you got.
forward.
Now,
You
now,
get shoved
guys.
forward. Now give us the stuff.
Now, guys.
And I shove him, and I'm shoving back.
Enough. I'm proud of you. You've realized the alcohol isn't the most important thing to you. Now we can get to work.
And where your wife stood is a shadowy version of you. And you find those 4 individuals suddenly shifting in front of you into, I'm sure they were once human, but they're tattered, show the same signs of decay as everything you've seen. And then, once again, something opens at your feet. And you're falling. The flask back in your hand. And you arrive back at a train yard. In the timeline of events for the players involved, you are arriving right where the last episode picked up, or ended. For those who have never seen a harrowing before, his win condition was to give up the flask. To know that it's not as important as the other parts of what he has. Relatively easy harrowing for the first time. But the first ones normally are. The shadow is still learning. They get more difficult. Tom's like, well, damn, Sonny, where were you, Sonny? Whoa, looks like the other birdie's back. Now we got all the birdies back together.
Noah, you're okay.
She was right there. Felt so real.
What?
What
What?
happened?
What seems so real?
my wife. I was like I was falling. And then I wasn't. And I was back in a memory, but I wasn't remembering something. I was reliving it. And then I was attacked by 4 things. They looked human, but I really don't want to talk about it anymore.
Well, I wish I could offer you a drink, Noah, but obviously I don't have a bar here. You look like you could use one.
It's the last thing I need.
I experienced something similar by falling through reality, but I got picked up by some sort of boatman. I'm sorry you had a rough experience, a rougher experience than whatever the hell is going on.
Sonny? You're saying you were in a memory or a dream?
That's what it felt like.
What did you do, Sonny? You're too young to have done one of those yet. What exactly did you do?
A sense of shame kind of washes over his face, and he pulls out the flask. I took this, and as soon as I did, I was gone.
Sonny, I know I've told y'all a lot of things you're not supposed to do. But if you take nothing else from everything I've said, you need to protect what's important to you. But you need to make sure it stays on that side, not on this side. When it comes over here, what you had happen is called a harrowing. You were tested.
It sounds like I passed.
There's passing and then there's passing. You may have passed if you think so. But you see how you feel right now? Do you really feel like you won anything?
I felt like I could have lost more.
And that's how it wins. A little bit at a time, just a chip. That's all it takes.
Your shadows sound terrible. I feel almost lucky with mine. Mine hasn't tried to
It was that
hurt me.
voice didn't make me do it. I had to learn that the hard way.
Sorry.
It's not always the voice that gets us. We're our worst enemies. You missed what I explained to the rest of them. That voice is you, which means you don't always need it to do bad things. You're still you.
You should be collecting more information so you know what's going on here. Why aren't you asking?
Because it's my fault.
What's your fault?
She looks
Sure, it
directly at
wasn't your
Noah.
fault.
I'm Miss Jackson.
So you're why I was on the train. It's a conversation for another time. tired of feeling sad and angry. Clearly, it does a lot more damage here.
Indeed.
You got that right, Sonny. When you live off emotions are pretty strong, and you got to be careful with them. I mean, have y'all found what you need here? I mean, we can't stay too much longer because Prudence warned me that Mort's looking, and we might want to not be in an obvious place.
Alexis is going to look at her body.
Okay.
See if there's anything with it.
Can I do that same roll? There's no cost to do the immediate, I'm going to call it the immediate danger roll.
Okay. No, there's no cost.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty? You're not using it on something across the shroud, so it is a difficulty of 6.
I am also going to roll my memoriam.
Okay.
Do I get my I guess I rolled, so I won't.
Yep. You get it.
Okay.
What's the difficulty for memoriam?
8.
Okay, I didn't get it.
Okay. But you didn't botch.
No.
If I re-roll and I roll a 1, does that subtract?
You can't re-roll with willpower. You have to spend a willpower. You can only buy a success before you roll.
I meant I re-rolled because of insightful.
Oh, 1 still subtract, yes.
Okay, then 1 success.
Okay.
Or wait, sorry. Two successes. Sorry.
Okay. You're not in immediate danger.
Okay.
But there is a sense of dread hanging over you.
Thomas?
If we need to get moving, we should get moving then. You can film.
Thomas?
What you need, Sonny?
Who's Mort?
Mort's last night I told you the Death Mark, wrong name to call themselves, but they call themselves Death Mark Reapers. He's in charge. Remember, they were saying I took you from him? Well, he thinks that you're his property. I'm poaching on his turf. So, him and his friends have decided that they're going to have to take care of that. So, I mean, I might be able to deal with Mort. But Charlie and Fanny, those two, they're not right.
I presume we can't kill them if they came after us, right? Like that's not, you can't die twice, right?
You can die again, Missy. Trust me. Where Sonny over there was gone, that's one way. You can fall into that harrowing and not come back.
Oh, what an interesting concept. Death after death.
But there's other ways to die too. And you see him pull from his belt a knife that you hadn't been able to see before. And the metal, it doesn't gleam at all. Not a bit of shine on it. But it's obviously a metal of some kind. This right here, this will cut bad. And it can kill you. And I'm not the only one with one. And there's 4 of the death marks. And there's only one in me.
Does the lighter that I touched, does that hurt? Does that do things?
Oh,
Can I do that
hurts,
to them?
but you got to get close to them. And I can tell you, they've been dead longer than you have. They know how to use their powers.
Oh.
We don't want to tangle with them.
Okay. Where do we head to next? And she kind of looks out to the rest of the crew.
There's something I was meaning to show y'all that I could take you, all of you two, real quick.
Alexis has walked over to her corpse.
Okay, I know.
Okay.
And I could show y'all something. There's something I can take y'all over to. Something I talked about last night that you don't really understand till you've seen it. And looking at your corpse over there is a badge laid right on your chest. It was in your bag, but it's obviously been linked to you. And your ID. Both of them are sitting right there. Most likely that's how they figured out who it was. And while you're back, Noah, you've noticed now that the sheet that was covering the bodies is off. Though people are coming over to looking like they're going to start covering them back up. But the sheet's off, and you see your body. And you see Alexis's body. And you see Isaac's and Tark's. But you do not see Aurora's or Margot's body. And you see that ticket taker as well. He's in the pile. Or not a pile, in the line.
So to surmise, likely an individual like us, possibly under the control of the voice in their head, possessed this guy, and she points to the ticket taker's corpse. Who then proceeded, based on what I've heard, still gotta find proof, but based on what I've heard from the police investigating the scene, likely stabbed the engineer of the train. And I'm sure once they run prints, other evidence and stuff, they will probably find this gentleman's prints all over the controls of the train.
Missy, I can tell you, Missy, that, I mean, you don't know for sure if it's one of us. The living do bad things too, Missy.
He had fire in his eyes.
Well, I don't know what to tell you on that one. I haven't seen that.
It's fine. I saw it.
Wait. You said he had fire in his eyes?
He did, just before the train sped up and crashed.
When?
I saw it as he was leaving the bar car before we passed.
When I was in, called harrowing?
Yeah, that's it, Sonny.
There was something that looked like a police officer. When we called for help, it just turned and smiled, and there was fire in its eyes too.
That seems to lend credence to her theory, right?
Are you sure, Sonny? It wasn't a trick of the light or something there? Because, I mean...
Two people seeing the same thing on both sides can't be a trick of the light.
You can't always believe what you see in the harrowings. It's.
I'm just telling you what I saw. I don't know if it was real or what, but...
It's fine, Thomas. It's fine.
Thomas, why are you downplaying the possibility? I mean, you know all too well the powers people have here.
Because it's the kind of thing, Missy, that gets the Legionnaires involved. And I don't want the Legionnaires involved because...
I just know that this gentleman, if that's what happened to him, his reputation, post-mortem, is ruined. He's going to be known as a terrorist. He is going to have his whole family destroyed for this.
Let me tell you, but the Legionnaires are part of the hierarchy. To the hierarchy, you're either one of them or you're not. And I'm not. That makes me a target. That's why I don't like anything that brings them this way, because then they're after me too. I don't want to become a slave any more than the rest of you.
What can they do to us?
Yeah, what do slaves even do here? I know
What do you
said
think
that...
slaves do? You'll work. Whatever they tell you, you're going to work. I mean, you could get lucky and become secretary to one of the Anacrons over there, or you could end up being a butler, or you could just end up being cannon fodder. I mean, or you could get sent to the forges if you're not making whoever owns you happy, and then you get turned into a coin or a piece of art or a bullet, or, I mean, it's just, Missy, you don't want to become property. I don't want to be property.
No, hell, none of us do.
Well, that's what happens when you're on the wrong side of the hierarchy.
Guess we'd better not be on the wrong side of the hierarchy, but...
So, are your other friends, the other death marks, are they part of the hierarchy? Are they in it?
They have agreements.
So they collect the slaves.
They collect slaves and sell them.
Like I said, economy. Didn't I say that, guys?
They're officially part of the hierarchy. They're not in one of the legions, but they are part of the hierarchy, and they bring slaves. They're. I mean, it's a scouting party that gathers out resources. The economy's got to run. That's how that works.
On the souls of others.
I mean, isn't that the way it ran when you were alive? I mean, look at everybody who worked day after day, trudging along until they were nothing. It's the same thing here. It's just a little more manifest.
Wait, there's no, you don't need food and water here. This doesn't...
Now, Missy, you got a lighter right there, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody has one.
So?
Somebody would want it. So either they'd have to buy it from you or they'd take it. That's an economy. That's how it works.
So, like Noah's flask, would that be valuable? If it has anything in it?
I don't know. Does it have anything in it?
No.
It'd still be valuable.
Are there cigarettes here? I really could use one.
Not for long, there's not, but there are. There's a liquor here. Things cross when they're important to somebody and get destroyed.
I'm going to do something. I'm going to direct DM you.
Okay. You know how some people have that 100-year-old bottle of scotch that's so important to them and then their house burns down? Do you know where the scotch ends up sometimes? Over here.
Makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
A few years ago, candy store burned down. And suddenly there was candy everywhere. I mean, it was a glut of it. It was cheap. But then a year later, after people had been eating it, those who still saved some of it, it's valuable again. I mean, this is some things we can make, but most of the important things come from the other side. And what we can make, we make with souls. And he pulls and shows you the knife again. He says, this is forged from souls.
Are there souls like in it? Is it alive?
It's not alive, but it's got souls in it. You're going to send it to me on the Zoom chat? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just looking it up.
This is really valuable. And the Legionnaires would kill me just to take it.
Do the Legionnaires have weaponry?
Oh, yeah.
I saw what that did to our cocoons, I guess they are, that we were in. What can it do to us?
What do you think, Missy? I mean, it cuts a cocoon. It'll cut you like you've never been cut before. And you won't.
So we're being instructed by someone armed, possibly very dangerous, and wanted.
Everyone's wanted if you're not part of the hierarchy. And that's a choice you'll have to make later, let me tell you. Because you're either with them or you're against them.
I'm not a big fan of authoritarianism.
Who's Lady Fate side with? You said she had a plan.
Nope, I sent it to the wrong. Let me respond to the right person. Damn it. This is killing me.
It's okay. I have no idea what you're talking about.
There you go.
No context theater.
Lady Fate, she's hierarchy. She's the reason there is a hierarchy. She's the one who identified Charon as the one to do things.
Wait,
And
it's an actual person? Can you talk to her?
oh yeah, Lady Fate's a person. She doesn't come out much. She tracks things. And as you're speaking with Thomas, everyone here gets a faint whiff of cigarette smoke. There's nobody smoking nearby, but you get a whiff of cigarette smoke on you. Very clear, very prominent.
I smell cigarettes.
Mm.
Me
Yeah,
too.
so do
That's
I.
stoking my craving.
Yeah, wow, I smell it too.
Do you know where it's coming from?
Well, no, Sonny. Wait a minute. I actually don't have my dice at my table.
Oh no!
It's gone.
Absolutely wrecked.
I do now. I have dice now. I'm looking for my dice to roll, and I don't have dice to roll. That's a beautiful thing. Ah, perfect. He actually leans a bit towards Aurora. It's coming off you, Missy.
But I thought, why would I haven't smoked.
Can just talking about it make it happen? Like, is that one of your power? Like,
I mean, not really. I mean,
God, can you please make it smell like perfume instead?
Sure, I think. I'll think of their perfume.
stale cigarette smoke.
Ugh.
Oh, fuck. I really need a fucking cigarette.
Lady Fate. She's the one who told Sharon to gather the dead to him. She does her own thing. Man. Ugh.
Sorry.
But she doesn't come out much. She chooses her own things and she does her own things.
Wait. Can we change our fate?
If you could change your fate, Missy, it wouldn't be fate now, would it?
I don't know if fate is a person. Maybe we can convince her to fix that shit.
She operates her own way. She reveals what she reveals.
now you're starting to get it. More characters. Just think of more characters, and we'll start meeting more people. Oh, this is really good there, Aurora. Keep it up.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, of course I'm right, Missy. I mean, she does her thing.
No. Sorry, I was talking to the thing.
That's not polite.
I'm so sorry. I don't know etiquette.
But let me put it this way, Missy. When you're talking to somebody, they don't know what your voice is saying, so you're answering, and they don't know you're being talked to, so they don't know.
Yeah, it's tough to control. It's like you hear the voice and it just sounds like somebody else talking to you. I'm sorry,
but
I'm sure you know that. I'll try and.
They do strange things,
talk
Missy.
to you right now. Sorry.
Yeah. No one meets the Lady Fate unless the Lady Fate wants to meet you. That's how it works.
I guess you could say it was fated.
You said we needed to get going. Can we please get moving?
Oh yeah. Everybody
really
good?
Tired.
Yeah, I need a moment.
It's weird. I don't have a body. But
If you need a moment to just chill, we can let's step away from right here where they're looking for us.
Can you please get that smoke away?
I'm sorry. I can't fucking do anything about it.
And he leads you out from the
Alexis
train.
is picking up the rear. She's kind of lagging behind just a little bit. She wants to glance over the scene just as she's walking away.
As you glance over the scene, the medical crew is there covering the bodies up. Again, putting the sheets back on it, weighing down the corners this time to try to keep from it blowing away. And Thomas leads you not the same way you came. He's taking a different direction.
So where exactly are we going to, Thomas?
I've got something to show you. I told you about last night. How some of us don't get to be what we are. I want to show you this. And it's important that you see this. So you understand. And he leads you through the woods. And it's not that far, 5-6 minutes walk maybe. It's hard to tell you move faster than you did in life in a lot of ways. But he stops at a tree. He just holds his hand up and he points. It takes you a minute to see it. But there's a guy crouched behind a tree. He's got a rifle in his hand. And once you've seen him, you start picking out others. They're all in blue uniforms. Uniform that hasn't been seen since the Civil War. There's maybe 10 of them.
Thomas, are these drones?
Just watch, Missy. Just watch. And you see Thomas look up. It's about that time. And as he says that, you see another group in gray uniforms walking towards the ones hiding behind trees. And as they get close, the ones behind trees suddenly start leaning out. And these rifles they're holding, they don't make a noise. You see a little bit of smoke that looks like it puffs from them, but they don't make any noise at all. And you start seeing the gray soldiers go down. And then they dive into cover. And there's a firefight in front of you with bullets you can't see, with no sound, completely silent. And you see the wraiths that get hit appear wounded. And in a few minutes, it's over. There's only one left in the blue uniform. And as he walks over to one of the gray uniformed soldiers, the Confederate troops lying on the ground, leans forward with a knife to stab him. And the guy on the ground reaches up and stabs this wraith. And they both go down. And they just lay there.
Are the knives still out? I mean, are they physical, corporeal things we could grab?
When he lets go of the knife, it doesn't stay in the other guy's chest. It goes right back to his waist, much like Noah's wedding band did when he removed it. The rifles, when dropped, disappear and are strapped on the soldier's back again.
It's part of them.
Are they stuck repeating this?
Yes, honey. In a few hours, they'll get up.
Do it again.
And do it again.
Is it some kind of punishment?
They're stuck. They don't realize what they are. They don't know where they are. They're just reliving their death. They've done that since the war.
That's fucked up.
This is going to be great for my book.
Oh, come on. The time loop stuff's been done over and over. You can do better than that.
I know, but it's still you're probably right.
We don't know what creates them. Some of them, they're trapped in that cocoon, that call, for too long. And then when they finally break free, that's what's left. I can drag them away. Yes. What, Sonny?
As this is going on, Noah's feeling like where he had gotten stabbed by the screwdriver during the harrowing. Do I feel any sort of wound
no
there?
wound, nothing.
Seeing them stab each other brought that back up.
I can drag them away, and they'll find their way back here. Unless I chain them up. Somebody chains them up. And you asked about what people use the souls of the dead for? How do you chain up the dead?
Oh my God.
Do you know what they're made from?
That's
chain
messed
made
up.
From souls.
That's right, Sonny. That's what happens when you be a slave. They use you to enslave somebody else. Every time one of these breaks away from, they get taken every once in a while, but they're no good as thralls because they won't do anything. They'll try to get back here.
Do they get forged?
Sometimes. There was more of them when I first got here.
It's like slaughtering cattle, y'all.
But there's not as many anymore. They're surprisingly wily about escaping to come right back here and do this again and again and again. Trapped in this loop. So, while you're not happy with the things that went on, your lot could be worse.
No, we're not happy that we were murdered. We're not happy that we were taken from our lives. We're not happy that everything we had planned went up in smoke.
What if we're like them and we just don't know it? What if we're reliving this moment over and over, or this scenario of events?
I was going to retire in 2 years and take what I got from my cheating husband and my pension and live in the fucking tropics like a motherfucking queen.
Well, Missy, you can still go to the tropics. It's not
Can't
easy.
enjoy it, really.
Oh, I mean,
God.
it's what it is. This is our existence.
Kind of got
better to be
forced
this.
on us, yeah?
You think I made a mistake and I died. I didn't choose it. I didn't want to die. I had a family. I had a career. I was an engineer. This is what happened. Better this than that. You need to keep that in perspective, Missy. And whether we're caught in this same loop, we're having this conversation. Did you hear them talk? And make a noise. They just fought their fight.
Have you ever watched it over and over? Is there any difference every time they do it, or is it always exactly the same?
It's always the same, Sonny. If I took that one there, and he points at the Union soldier that had got stabbed by the last guy, you'll see the other one stab nothing. Stab right into the air. If I take the one on the ground, you'll see the Union guy walk over and stab at the ground and then fall over dead. Like I said, there used to be more. This is our existence. But better this than what you're seeing there.
Now, Alexis
Mask
just
up.
said...
Mask.
Why are you wasting so much time with these idiots, Tark? This old fool doesn't know dog shit about anything that's important to you. You have to get your revenge. You have to deal with this.
And maybe I can
I
learn
know
about
it's on your mind.
from him. He knows more
You
than I do.
aren't gonna learn jack
So just-
shit from this old fucking idiot. Hurry.
I mean, I'm trying, Sonny, to teach you.
Oh, I'm taking the lessons to heart. I was thinking that I just heard Alexis just reflexively say, "Oh God, does that have any influence here?" I mean, is any of our anything we thought of in life real about religion?
Rumors. Shining ones, the Farsis, where supposedly the various religious heavens were. Soul used to go there. The ferryman used to take them. Till the ferryman came back one day and reported the paradise that was promised wasn't there. They were just enslaving people and sacrificing them. Same as over here. Charon put a stop to it.
That's consistent.
And when he put a stop to it,
You've been awfully quiet, Isaac.
I just can't imagine trying to track all this that's going on.
It's a lot.
So, what do we do now? What?
I mean,
I still need to see my family. I haven't even seen my body.
I mean, you can go see Prudence. I don't think you're ready for it yet, though, Missy, but if your family comes here, there's only one place they're going to get food right here. And that's going to be over at Prudence's place. I mean, that's what it is. That's the tavern. It's been there the whole time. Hanover Tavern is the place.
Is it bad that she still smells like smoke? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Look, I'm trying to.
Can
I
others
will
standing
spend
upwind?
Is it
willpower.
bad that she smells like that? Is that going to attract these legionnaires that you meant? Like,
I mean,
I don't want.
You can smell
I don't want
things.
to ditch you, but like, I don't want to be pursued by people that shouldn't be following us.
You can still smell the Shadowlands. You can smell things. I mean, take a deep breath and think about it. You can smell the trees. You know, when you're alive, you kind of don't pay attention to smells. Now, I wouldn't say she's going to do very well hiding where nobody's smoking, but she's no more visible than any other smell with that.
Okay.
I'll spend a willpower to try and get it off of me.
Okay. And with a supreme force of will,
Fucking hate this.
it goes away.
Did something. Thank you.
And Thomas kind of looks at you. It's just strange, Missy.
Need a real fucking cigarette. If I'm gonna smell like it, I might as well at least have one. Do they have any at the tavern?
I'm sure they've got some, but not on our side.
Fuck.
Prudence isn't really that type. And I told you things are valuable. You know what tobacco would cost?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know how fucking currency works here.
Yeah, how would we even pay for that?
Trade?
You're just taking arms, sir.
Services, barter. You don't have any OBI, so
What is OBI?
coin.
Mm.
You don't want to know it. Well, you know what they're made of.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulls out of his pocket single coin. When he pulls it out, you can all hear it faintly moaning.
What
Groaning.
the fuck?
It even cries a little.
Why?
What the hell are you doing? What?
It's a coin. It's how we pay for things. It's the only one I have.
It's alive!
It was alive.
I'm not dead.
It's moaning and crying.
They do that sometimes, especially when you pull them out in the open air.
Make it stop.
Doesn't money get
Fucking
burned?
shit.
Can't you just use that? What's the matter with
What's that worth? This-
nothing? None of this shit is worth anything.
I've
We're
already
fucking
told you.
dead.
We make things out of souls. The only thing they
Why?
value is souls. This right here, this is currency.
So,
How
if I'm
much is that worth?
understanding this,
Itzhak, you know exactly what it's like to trade money for souls. Don't you?
sorry, Tom. Didn't mean to speak over you. And Isaac's going to walk off about 10 feet away.
And this is where we're going to take a break. With this circle of ghosts faced with the stark reality of what the economy of the dead runs off of. Coin that cries and moans and groans when it's brought out into the open air. It's a horrible fate. No worse than that of the drones. So we will see you in 10 minutes.
She lives in murk and shadow, cold as the alleys of stone. She's a blur in the window, a prisoner of the underworld. She watches life from the gloom. Friends she lost and lovers too. That simple life she once knew before the cursed dark consumed. And every clock is broken, and every step is hopeless, living in the gloom. And every day gets longer till no one can remember her, lost in the gloom. She sings a song to the moon, the loneliest song you ever knew. A friend she lost, lovers too, of life before she fell to gloom. She watches life from the gloom. Friends she lost and lovers too. And that simple life she once knew before the cursed dark consumed. Come dance in the dark and you will be fearless. Let the dark kill the love in your heart till your heart is painless. Come, let's leave this world behind. Dance with the dark ones in your mind. Come, let's leave them all behind. Dance with the dark ones. Dance with the dark ones. Hush, child, open your eyes. You are not alone. We are your dark ones, holding you close. Come dance with us, dance in the darkness. We've been waiting for you. That world doesn't want you like we do. We see you, for in the night fire shines bright. Come dance with us, dance in the darkness. Oh, how we've been waiting for you. Why fight the night when the night is endless? Why cling to the light when the light always diminishes? Come dance in the dark and you will be fearless. Let the dark kill the love in your heart till your heart is painless. Why fight the night when the night is endless? Why cling to the light when the light always diminishes? Come dance in the dark and you will be fearless. Let the dark kill the love in your heart till your heart is painless.
Welcome back. Before the break, the circle of newly dead were introduced to the drones. Of course, Noah had his very first harrowing that I think disturbed Noah quite a bit. And you saw the money used by the dead, coins hammered from the souls of others. And even more frightening, you know the fate of many who go to the forge are to make chains that are only to be used to enslave others. And we're going to pick up right here at this scene, with Thomas still holding a coin that's moaning softly and groaning in his hand.
What is that worth? I mean, what can it buy? Or how many souls are in it? What is the soul worth?
It's funny you ask that, Sonny. You don't know how many souls are in it. And when you say that, he takes it and he breaks it right in half. See, you break them into pieces so that you can make them pay in bits, a fraction of it. And the odd thing, and it's really disturbing, he puts both halves on his hand and he holds it up like this. When he holds it up like this and he touches them together, you see them reform into a single coin. We don't know how many times this has been broken and merged with other pieces. Could be one, could be hundreds, could be thousands.
There's no struck date on it?
No, Sonny. And now you see why I don't want to mess with Legionnaires, because the last thing I want is to be one of these. They say they can't feel anymore. They say there's nothing left. But do you hear it? Are you sure there's nothing left? And he puts it back in his pocket. You don't hear it when it's in his pocket.
That is so fucking disturbing. All right. Seen enough of this shit. Can we just go to a tavern, I guess?
And
I'm going to take you back to my haunt. And then I'm going to go and announce that you're coming to visit Prudence. It's not polite to just show up at her house. She's a little old-fashioned.
What's a haunt? That doesn't sound good.
Well, what do you think it means, Sonny? It's what we call places that protect us when the storms come and are charged with the dead.
Oh, I get it.
So you're literally haunting a house?
Well, I mean, if I live in a house, don't you think I haunt it?
Yeah.
You saw me open the door. Poor Mr. Rollins comes home or comes to his shop all the time, and the door is open and nothing's been stolen. I try to shut the door behind me, but I don't like to do it when I see him pulling up, because then he wonders why the door opened and closed, and it gets to talking. And we're not supposed to let the talking go on. So I'll take you back there, and I'll go and talk to Prudence and see if good wife Prudence will minds if you come visit. Because she only really got to talk with Aurora here, so I'm sure she'd like to speak more with everybody if she's not chewing my ass.
I was about to say, it seemed like it got heated. Sorry, Tar, didn't mean to.
No, it's okay. We're going to say the same thing. So you go ahead.
She didn't appreciate Mort coming by unannounced, looking for me. Like I said, she expects a certain amount of formality. That's how she is. And so he begins to walk back towards Two Frogs on a Bite. And it's still... Go ahead.
I said Noah's going to follow, but kind of stay to the back.
And it's still early in the day, technically. Though what's day and night when you haven't slept?
Thomas.
Yes, honey.
If you had someone who died, how would you find them here?
Luck. Sonny, not everybody who dies come here. In case you haven't noticed, we're not packed wall to wall, but if everybody came here, last night there'd have been 72 of us. But there's those who can ask around. You could also ask around yourself. Midnight Express, though, I don't really ride that much. It goes to all the major cities, even stops at Stygia. And you could ride that and check in each city. Someone you're looking for there, Sonny?
What's the price?
It all depends on who you ask and what you're looking for. and whether you want it kept secret you're looking for. Knowledge is very expensive. And the most expensive part of knowledge, silence.
What if you're pretty certain they're over on this side?
Goes back to knowledge, Missy. Same one who finds them can tell the person you're looking for.
Because you know sometimes people swear they see ghosts.
But there's also some less scrupulous individuals who use the knowledge you're looking for that person against you. What would you give up if somebody's important on this side and you find out they're enthralled them? Or they're slated to be a forge, taken to the forges? What would you give? See, there's the problem, Missy.
Makes sense.
Someone else will use it against you.
Do you really think Ami would like to see you, Itzhak, after what you did?
Shut up, Dave.
Fucking disgraceful.
Shut up, Dave. Thank you, Thomas. And Isaac will just kind of slink off to the back again.
I will tell you, Sonny. I'm relatively rare for one of us. Traveled a bit more than a lot of us do. A lot of them stay where they were when they passed because that's where the things that are important to them are. So if you go back to where someone important to you passed, you may find them on this side, but you may not. But for your sake, I hope you don't find them. I don't want them on, I don't wish that on anyone I care about to be on this side. I hope they pass through cleanly.
Well, I doubt we've got a train to Middle Europe, so.
Midnight Express will take you. It doesn't obey the laws of a real train. It goes everywhere, stops at every station at midnight. And it's relatively safe. You'll even see a specter on them once in a while. They ride too. That's the rules. And he takes you back. Go ahead.
If Isaac had slinked back, kind of near where Noah is, he would have asked quietly, just so he could hear, or attempt so he could hear. I know we all have good hearing, but was it someone close?
Yeah. And my fault. Now I gotta tell you, be careful, Noah. That voice in your head, it obviously knows everything.
Of course I do, but not everything's important. Gotta focus now.
I'm on to you now. I know you had something to do with what happened to me.
What? Look, I brought you a couple of drinks.
My visitor came to me, not you.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Hard to get used to.
I recommend giving it a name. Somebody you don't like. It helps.
So too many people I don't like. There's only one person I know that I do like, and she just left.
As you walk through these woods, it doesn't take long. You're back at Two Frogs on a Bike. The door's open. Inside, gentleman you'd put in his 70s, standing behind the counter. Don't worry about Mr. Rollins. He won't see you. Don't spook him, please. He's a nice guy, and he don't deserve all that. I'm going to go see Miss Prudence. Stay out of trouble. I know it's hard for you, for this group, but Just try.
I've learned my lesson.
I need to get my hands on a pen and paper. This is so much to remember.
Paper's real valuable, Missy.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. Fucking everything is down here.
Paper's real valuable. Especially if it's blank. And Thomas turns and starts heading, based on what you've learned of the area, towards the south, leaving this group alone with an old man in his store who's sitting behind the counter. Looks like he's reading a newspaper right now.
Can
Just
we read
wait.
the newspaper?
Headline: Train crash in Hanover County, Virginia. 72 dead.
Do they list names?
It says an official list has not been released yet, while the families are being contacted. And that there's been no comment from law enforcement or any official representative other than ASTRAC is investigating, and a full press statement will be released when more information has been gained.
Alexis, do you have a moment?
Sure.
Is there any place where it looks like we could get a little bit of privacy?
There's the back room that has the stairs going up. Leads to the second floor.
Alexis will follow Noah.
Before you have your conversation, let me check to see what the rest of the group's doing so I can be planning for that. Anyone else doing anything? Or Tark's looking at the paper. You going to try to read the paper over his shoulder, like
Yes.
give him that feeling of somebody reading over his shoulder the whole time?
Yes.
Anyone else doing anything special?
Aurora would probably take a seat, and seeing that Isaac's pretty down, seeing that Tark's kind of pensive, she would probably just start trying to raise the atmosphere a little bit, talk about stories and failed manuscripts that she had written before, and the horrible nonsense that goes through, each individual process. Just trying to relax the atmosphere a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know if it's just me, but it's so weird. He kind of looks like your dad, doesn't he?
Does he look kind of like my dad?
A little bit, yeah. It's kind of odd. So, what is Isaac and Margot doing at this point?
Margot is pacing around pensively.
Okay.
Once Aurora starts talking about these things, her manuscripts and stuff, is there like a front porch on this building?
Yeah, it's pretty raggedy, but there is a small porch.
That's okay. Isaac will go sit down on the porch.
Okay, and there's a rocking chair out front you can sit in.
Okay.
So now I
sit.
will give the scene to Noah and Alexis.
Do you want me to start?
Sure.
I'm not angry with you. I would have come regardless.
I didn't expect you to be on the train.
I don't fly so well.
My husband used to drive me down to see my mom at Christmas. Started taking the train 10 years ago. I don't believe I've formally introduced myself. My name is Alexis Langley, and I was an assistant director with the FBI.
You know who I am.
I do know who you are.
I'm sure you probably know more about me than I do.
Quite possible. My team was involved in investigation.
Just tell me it wasn't bullshit. It wasn't bullshit, was it?
No. Oh, no. Oh, no. You see, I read your article. The one that ruined you.
Familiar.
And I ended up getting some really good information and an investigation my team was working on. Unfortunately.
There are silver linings.
Unfortunately, we couldn't prosecute it. Fell outside of what we could do. But I knew if I could get it to you, it would go to the court of public opinion and ruin it.
I mean, you know, my readership's like
it would have remade you.
It's easier said than done. It takes a lifetime to build a reputation. It takes a day to ruin it.
I understand that. I do. But it would have put you well on your way.
Well, being that both of us were on the train, a skeptic would think that that's not a coincidence.
Oh, there's quite a few interesting people on the train that are in our party now.
Oh, yeah?
There's an engineer who was working with drone technology that had his shit stolen by the DoD.
Do you trust him?
I'm not really one that trusts much of anything unless I can prove it.
You've had experience, though. You have gut instincts. I imagine someone in your position, they're usually very rarely wrong.
True. I do. I think I have it figured out, but I don't have that solid proof. But my instincts are telling me.
Well, you were going to trust me enough with some of the information.
Mm-hmm.
Can you trust me with the rest? 2 heads are better than 1. Even if they are filled with ghost air.
I think, I don't know what good it would do you now, but I might. You see, I learned some things I'm capable of, and I'm not supposed to do them, according to Thomas.
Well, then don't. I learned way too difficultly that doing the wrong thing has potentially drastic consequences. So if you have doubts, don't do it right now.
Okay.
I don't want what happened to me to happen to you.
Appreciate it. Sounds miserable.
It's putting it nicely.
What harm could there be in giving him information? He has things to share. You might learn a little bit more. Look at where you are now. Don't worry about the past. Share the information.
Is there anything you can share that doesn't require ghost magic?
Yeah, basically, you heard me surmise the situation at the train. I know the head investigator for the FBI. He's my ex-partner. He's a good guy. He'll be thorough.
Any reason to think he's compromised? Were you more than partners?
No, we weren't more than partners.
Sorry, standard question.
I understand you're a journalist. I get it. But no, I firmly believe, because I overheard him even tell his new partner that he got orders from the top to keep a lid on it, but he's basically not listening to them because, well, he's a stubborn guy. He's going to do it right. He's going to do it by the book.
Do you think his bosses are compromised?
Oh, it's highly possible. You know who we were looking into.
We know how deep it runs.
Yeah.
So you think there's a chance they're involved in what happened to us?
I have no idea. I really have no idea.
Again,
I kind of know, like, what happened, but I don't know why it happened. That's my problem.
not to have an inflated sense of ourselves, but Occam's razor dictates that we know things that they don't want people knowing.
Maybe. So.
Just wanted to say I'm not angry with you and that we should work against my better instincts. We should work together and not separately. Looks like we're going to be together with these people for some time.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I will say that I feel responsible.
He's smart. He knows things. Why aren't you asking about your husband? You know he's involved.
Do you have any reason not to trust the others? The Matrix wannabe, the author, Mr. Candy?
Haven't really felt that not trust them, but I also just don't really know them yet.
And Thomas?
Don't trust him at all. Not at all.
I'm on the fence.
I think he's doing what he's doing for us out of guilt. But he is armed.
Emotion.
He is armed. He is dangerous. And I know things about him that means that he may be very unreliable and unstable. So no, I do not trust him.
Probably for the best. But we should hold those cards close to our chest.
Absolutely.
Maybe it's best we join the others now.
Okay.
And while this is going on, Tark's reading the newspaper. You've managed to glance at the front page, and you've actually been watching as he turns each page, kind of standing behind him reading. Cat wanders into this store. And as Alexis and Noah come back down, this cat walks right over to Margot and looks at her and moves over to rub against her leg. But the cat seems very frustrated because though it rubs against your leg, it can't. You do take 1 bashing damage because you come incorporeal as it tries to force itself through your leg. And it's getting very upset, obviously, that it can't pass through you as it tries to rub against you. Mr. Rollins looks down and, now come on, get out of here. Crazy cat, it's always doing weird stuff like that. You know you're not supposed to be in the house. Get out, get you. And you come down as you see, or Noah and Alexis come down as you see Mr. Rollins scooting this cat out the door, who promptly goes onto the porch and lays down at Isaac's feet, every once in a while looking up at him.
Margot, could that animal see you?
That's what I was trying to figure out. I believe so. Maybe animals are kind of weird, half in, half out kind of thing, you know?
Animals have always seemed that way. That's a really good. Wow.
This
Wow.
is weird.
I feel like we should try and communicate with people, but that's against the rules.
Yeah, it's against the rules to do any of that shit.
But he's right here.
Don't do it, ladies. You give the poor guy a heart attack.
Yeah, I don't want to kill him.
That's fair.
I
would be pretty spooked if I heard a ghost.
I think if you just saw Margot, it might give him a heart attack.
Oh, man.
Wow.
I mean that in the nicest way possible.
It's possible he is an old man, but I've whipped older.
Message sent to Isaac privately.
Goodness only knows. When is Thomas getting back? When I see this nonsense, we still need to go to the hospital, so we know that there was foul play, we were inadvertently or purposely murdered. Why? We've got a secret agent on our hands.
Murdered? You don't see your body? Why do you keep saying murdered? We know you're alive.
That's true. I'm alive. I didn't see my own body, so I'm assuming I'm still alive.
Really? You're still going on this I'm alive shtick?
Then how are you seeing and hearing us if you're dead?
I mean, if animals can see and hear us, that cat wasn't dead. Maybe it's more complicated. Thomas isn't the smartest cookie, and God bless his heart.
Why don't you go try to pet the cat if you're alive?
Well, I already know I go incorporeal. I've tried.
Living people do that?
I don't know. If I'm in a coma or something like that, I mean. I ain't seen my body yet, so.
I honestly believe if you were in a coma, you wouldn't be here.
Well.
Yes.
You write fiction, yes?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Active imagination at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shit, nothing else works like we thought it would here. Well, who's to say, right?
Sent one more message to Isaac privately.
Got it.
Okay.
Isaac's going to look down at the cat and kind of work his way carefully around it so he doesn't bump into it.
Okay.
And walk back inside.
And the cat watches you the whole time. Stares right at you.
Make a new friend?
What can I say? Chicks dig me. I just...
Does it call you Isaac?
Everybody just... There was somebody watching outside. I saw them. They were across the street in the woods. They were watching. I don't know how long. I just looked up and caught sight.
What did they
Looked like a guy, leather jacket, black hair, ponytail.
Great.
Sounds like a real up-and-up gentleman.
Well, with all this, not knowing how much we can trust Thomas, I mean, with him saying be careful, I just thought you guys should know.
Thanks.
And I want you to know I'm going to try and catch that train. There's someplace I need to go.
The Midnight Express.
Yeah. I just have to find out.
I mean, you do what you need to do. But I can't imagine it'll be much safer for you on your own.
Aurora will pat Isaac on the shoulder. You
Reach
sure
up and
about
put his
that
hand
right
on his-
now? Right now, we've got power in numbers. At least maybe those death marks are a little afraid of us. I know at least one of us has a weapon, Thomas, and I've got a lighter.
Alexis is going to go to the window and look out towards basically a front window.
Okay. And you look out, and you see Thomas coming back.
I want to look towards the woods.
See nothing.
Well,
Anything?
Thomas is coming back, but I don't see anyone in leather standing in the woods.
I just want to make sure that you're okay, Isaac.
Yeah, we don't need any more leather-bound anti-heroes or antagonists. That's been done 1,000 times. You can be more creative than that.
Well, I mean, shit, look what I'm in, right? Like, well, I mean, it's not exactly like I chose it, but I mean, I do look good. Sorry, Isaac, I was
Well, you do look
conversing.
good,
We're a little
and
full of ourselves.
you look fine, and you look better as you than you do as me. But
Wait, what?
That's damn true. Oh, right. You don't. Hey, Noah, look at my face.
And you're
I'll,
going to roll it?
Yep, I'll wave my hand right in front of my face. Now you see me. Now you see, and then I'll turn my face into his.
Okay.
Now you see you.
That's funny. You're going to roll to see how well you did of it.
Yeah.
Because you got to make sure whether you do it well. Because once again, I got to find the power because I can't seem to keep track of it half the time.
It's all good.
You know, it's in here. And yet, nope, that's the shroud. Oh, okay, I've got to find it in the book. That's one I don't even have in here. How did I miss an entire Arcana?
That
Moliate.
Yeah, you didn't fix your sheet.
I know I haven't. Okay, you are going to spend 1 Pathos and roll Dexterity plus Moliate. The difficulty is going to be 5 because you're looking at him.
Yeah. All right. It's Dexterity plus Moliate. It's easy peasy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, 4, but I got a 1, so 3.
3. When she puts her hands in front of her face, and as her hands go over, her face shifts. And you're looking at yourself.
Oh,
Nose could be a little bigger, but that's about the only other thing that...
Work in progress. Okay.
I'm assuming this is more
Noah.
ghost magic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently we've got magical abilities too.
Yeah, and Thomas is coming back, so you might want to fix that or else he's going to yell at you.
Oh, true, right? No.
Someone has a complex.
Disperse it.
And when you think about it, it goes back. And you see her face. It's almost like a special effects you've seen in the movies where people shape change into werewolves or something. Her face literally like shimmers and shifts and morphs right in front of you. It's actually almost like the Terminator, the second one. Liquid metal. And Thomas comes in the door. Did y'all get in trouble while I was gone?
oh yeah.
I don't think so.
I look over at Isaac over my shoulder and say, "Tell him what you saw."
yeah, there's a cat out there that keeps staring at us.
They do that. Sonny, that animal. I told you before, you got to be careful around animals and children. Well, that's an animal. They can see you.
Can I roll another danger check?
Go ahead.
And I glance over at Alexis, kind of out of the corner of my eye, like, I'm not going to tell him anything else.
Same difficulty.
Same difficulty.
2 successes.
2 successes. I mean, there's still a constant feeling of dread over you. It's not impending, but there is like just a low level thrum of danger.
Storyteller.
Yes.
Did we see Mort the night we were collected?
I will let you roll. Because I know your Arcana you have. Keys to the Memory Palace will let you remember something that happened in the past. You roll intelligence plus Menosis, and successes on that will equivalent to a perception alertness roll to remember the event.
If you didn't ask, I was going to.
So it's perception and alertness, intelligence Menosis.
What was my difficulty?
I'm seeing here, it doesn't have a set difficulty, which means 6.
Okay, so I have 5 successes.
Okay. Anyone else doing it?
Wow.
Okay. One of them you saw that night, you can't identify who is who. But you're pretty sure that's...
Matches the description?
Thinking back on it, you vaguely recall seeing one of them. It wasn't the one who was screaming at Thomas. It was one of them with him.
Mm-hmm.
You remember a black hair and leather jacket, for sure.
Okay.
I talked to good wife Prudence, and she says you can come visit if you want to come over and meet her. She met, of course, Aurora, but she hasn't met the rest of you, and she'd love for you to come hang out. She don't get visitors very often. Well, she gets a lot of visitors, but none of us. Most of her visitors don't see her.
It sounds like a great idea. Let's go.
Agreed.
Anybody else?
Sure, why not?
Might as well.
And
Before we leave,
You're gonna piss away more time?
I've
Are you serious?
I've
This person is getting away.
been spent. What do you think I've been doing? Reading the paper. See, I'm only new information we've got.
Yeah. Time's running out. Every second that goes by is a second that bastard gets away with it, and you know it. So go piss away more time at a bar.
I hate it. I hate to admit it, but you're right.
And Thomas leads you out into the street. And as he's leaving, he actually looks over. Bye, Mr. Rollins. No response, but he still says bye. And he starts...
Bye, Mr. Rollins.
Just because we're dead don't mean we can't be polite, Missy. I figured.
Yeah.
Why not? And he leads you down the street. It's not far, actually. Very close. To it's a tavern. It says right out at Hanover Tavern. It also has on the sign theater and performances, wedding hall. And the parking lot at this hour is actually empty. The hours are 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. He's like, she's over in the hall. They're going to be opening for too much longer. The staff's in there, so Prudence don't like to get run into. And he takes you over to the building beside it and walks right through the wall.
Right. Fuck it. Follow him.
Okay, now the earlier bashing damage. Go ahead.
Is there a door that we can go through that those of us who haven't gone incorporeal yet?
There's a doorknob.
Just not used to.
There's a closed door.
Yeah. Okay, it's closed. Okay.
So.
Alexis will walk in.
Okay. Now the bashing damage you had taken earlier, Margot, is gone. But now you get a new one for walking through the door. Right through the wall.
Yeah.
I guess we're allowed to do this. And Isaac will close his eyes and walk through.
It's definitely a very unpleasant feeling. It's not painful, just unpleasant. It's almost like feeling like, well, something is occupying your space at the same time you are. And when you go through there, of course, you're in a big, empty hall. There's tables set up. It looks like it's been used recently for a wedding or some sort of reception. And the woman that everyone except Noah has met. Black hair. She's in what can only be described as colonial garb. something you would have seen in Williamsburg. And as you come in, you're all slightly transparent, but she waves. Hey, folks. Master Thomas here told me he was going to bring you by to visit. I mean, he may be a bit chuffy, but he's not a bad guy. Hello, good wife Aurora. Feeling any better?
Oh, yeah. Thanks again, good wife. Prudence, it was nice to talk to you alone, and thank you for inviting us.
It's no problem. Welcome to my house. I put something on for you, but as you know, we don't really have those niceties anymore. That's the one thing I miss, is I can't put on a pot of tea or something for visitors. So Master Thomas has been telling me that you all are having trouble adjusting.
You could say that.
Does anyone have an easy time of it?
It was hard on me, too. First thing I did was look for my baby. It was different than your time. I died in childbirth. But my son didn't come over with me. I guess that's good, because he would have been newborn, and that would have been odd.
A baby for eternity. That's...
Yeah, it would have been twistical for him. But I'm here. I had a plantation not far from here. We were growing tobacco, and it was off in the woods a bit, but that's long gone now.
Damn. Tobacco.
It's good money. Got burned during the war.
She was a smoker, so she's been craving a cigarette.
Yeah.
Now, good wife Aurora, you know us ladies, proper ladies don't do that.
My grandmother used to, but she'd hide it in the bathroom.
I mean, at least she wasn't doing it, in front of mixed company.
Yeah.
So, I'm hoping you all are getting along here. I know it's rough and it's hard to take in, but Master Tom, he tries. I mean, he's the best we've got around here since old Barton disappeared.
Who was Barton?
He used to be around these parts and try to grab the new ones to teach him. And Thomas looks over and goes, Mistress Prudence is right. Old Barton is the one who, I was already spirit, but he filled me in the lay of the land here, and me and him were a team for a number of years. But I haven't seen him. How long's it been, Prudence? You beetle-headed fool. It's been about 5 years. He's like, yeah. It's hard. Time loses track after a while. I don't know how she does it.
Must be tough when your only friend ghosts you.
Ghosts me?
It's a modern joke, Thomas. I'm sorry. You wouldn't know it.
I guess we're all ghosting. And Prudence gets a look on her face. She's kind of just... you're welcome to be here, of course. As long as Mort don't come back. I'm sorry I can't shelter you if Mort comes, because I stay out of that business.
Well, we've got magical abilities and apparently some weaponry too, so I think we'll be okay. We outnumber him.
I've heard that before, Miss our good wife Aurora. And Mort's fine. He's just trying to get by, I think, and doing what he's doing. But Fanny's, she's the one you gotta watch out for.
Who's Fanny?
Why is that?
She's not right. She runs with Morton and the gang, but she's not right.
Well, to us, all of this is not right. So how do you mean?
Something dark in her. She's mean. Her and Charlie, they're just both mean. They seem to enjoy it. And Thomas looks over and goes, Mistress Prudence, you know they don't come messing with you. They're all respectful like with you. She said, yeah, but Master Tom, you know I don't want to be involved.
Must be nice to have that luxury.
They say I remind them of their grandma. I don't know all that.
A little bit of that grandmotherly quality. You seem really nice.
I'm not that old. I mean, come on, good wife Aurora, but... Well, I guess I am that old, but...
You don't look a day over 26.
It's just... I don't like to get involved. I'm fighting. That's for the menfolk. That's not for me. I'm happy to stay here. I mean, generally, the restless don't bother me. It got good owners. I get to say it and watch the weddings. That's fun.
That sounds like fun.
I'd love to try some of that cake, though. That looks... We didn't have something like that. I mean, what we call cake was not like that. That looks so tasty.
Well, maybe a cake will mean so much to somebody it'll accidentally get destroyed. Maybe it'll come here.
You have been listening to Master Tom. Master Tom's like, Miss Goodwife Prudence, you know I'm trying. And you're definitely seeing a different side of Tom in here. He's a lot more controlled and respectful. It's like, but... So, I mean, do y'all know what you're going to do yet? You're muted.
As far as what?
Well,
everything we do, we get told is wrong, and we have no direction or anywhere to do anything. So, it's just don't get caught because they'll turn you into coins or chains to wrap up others, or, all our options kind of stink.
Now, Master Tom, you scaring them with them stories again? Now, Prudence, you know. She gets a look on her face. I guess, good wife Prudence, you know. Is it? It's the truth. She goes, you can be fine. Just don't go to Richmond. You'll be fine. It's. I mean, you have your life to do things. I mean, well, you've got time. I spend my days sitting here and I watch the weddings and watch the automobile go by, and Master Tom here rides the trains. You've got things you can do. Sometimes I go out and camp under the stars because I don't have to worry about wild animals out there. I could just lay in this out and watch the stars. It's not all bad.
Except, wasn't it Morton crew who think that they own us and they're hunting for us? So I don't think we could be camping out under the stars anytime soon.
Matt and Thomas looks and goes, Missy, they shouldn't be looking for you.
No.
Miss Prudence, I apologize. I haven't introduced myself. My name is Alexis Langley. And didn't someone come by your property? Asking questions?
She got you there, Master Tom. And Thomas goes, but don't worry, Missy. They don't know where I'm at. They don't know where I hide out.
While this is going on, Noah's still outside. He's keeping an eye out. He's kind of just looking around the place. If I need to do another, I'm going to danger check, I will, but just kind of looking around to see if anything seems off, if anyone's watching.
Okay, we're going to get back to you in a minute because there's something that you're going to see in a second here.
Well, Thomas, wasn't there somebody who was, I don't know, watching us at your place?
No, you didn't know about that. Oh, no, actually, you were told that by Isaac, but Thomas,
Isaac didn't tell him.
He told everybody else, just not Thomas.
Mhm.
So Thomas somebody was watching. I don't think I saw anybody watching.
Black hair, leather jacket.
Was it in a ponytail?
Yes.
That's Vincent. You saw Vincent?
He was seen.
That's not good. That's
See, we're hunted, so we won't be camping out under the stars.
Prudence looks over and, now, Master Tom, you're going to have to teach him right, and you're going to have to resolve this one way or another. And Thomas looks over and goes, now, good wife Prudence, I don't have anything they're going to want. But can't be having them hunting my place either, so we'll think of something. Don't worry. We'll think of something. And as this is going on in the building, Noah, a car pulls up out front. And a woman gets out. And you see two teenagers get out of the car as well. A man and a woman, or a girl and a boy, teenaged. And you can tell by the ones getting out of the vehicle, they're all crying, or have been. But you don't recognize them.
He's just going to watch. He's not going to get in their way or do anything. He's just going to watch.
And when they get out, the lady looks at the sign, of course, and sees they're not open yet. She goes around and goes to give a hug to the two teenagers to get out. And as she's going around, the boy slams the car door. Everybody in the building could hear it slam. It's loud. Slams it pretty hard, very upset.
Someone's here.
Yeah.
Okay, Alexis will walk to the window because nobody else is moving.
There's a car. And it looks like a family, very upset. The woman looks very disheveled. The kids definitely been crying a lot. They're very upset.
Somebody's family's here. Woman, 2 teen kids, boy and a girl.
Does anyone else look out the window? I assume by
Does it ring any bells?
by
Anyone?
Tark's head, he's looking that way. Naj, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go over and
Oh,
look
my
out the
turn.
window
That does
just to
ring a
see what they're
bell.
talking about.
I wonder who that might be.
And so do
I think I can feel it in you.
I'm
And that's Tark.
You can feel the dread.
Oh, yes. I can.
He's feeling like
I'm
oh,
you,
no.
remember?
Yes.
And as Tark goes to look out the window, he sees his wife, Esmeralda, and his kids. Outside, obviously in great emotional distress. And this is where
the wall.
And as Tark is leaving the building, this is where we end this episode. The devil on the shoulder, the imp of the perverse, that little voice in the back of your head telling you to do the thing you really shouldn't. For wraiths, the voice is all too real. Every wraith's worst enemy lives inside their mind, constantly urging them down the path to oblivion. The shadow is part of a wraith, the part bent on self-destruction, and it maintains an independent, malign existence inside your head. There is no conflict a wraith will face as deadly, as vicious, and as relentless as the one they fight alone against their shadow. The shadow is an enemy who can never be vanquished, who knows your darkest secrets, hidden weaknesses. Psyche and shadow are locked in combat for eternity. And a wraith's greatest triumphs and most crushing defeats will be at the hands of their own shadow. Question remains, how will this group of newly dead fare? And I'd like to thank, of course, my players and the viewers for this episode. And of course, it's been an interesting ride for this one. This one was where you can feel things are about to happen. With Tark about to get face to face with people very important to him. So, I hear an echo of somebody's mic. Holy crap. That was loud. I heard myself clearly. Now, we will start off. Everybody gets an experience. Yay, XP.
Woo.
And for role-playing, everybody gets one more. By the way, Tark, I loved your part of the harrowing. That was just, you got right up in there. Learning curve. What did Isaac learn?
Well, apparently we can go anywhere with this train.
Midnight Express. Goes everywhere and anywhere. It's correct. Now to find where it is. Did Margot learn anything?
Oh yeah, can't see us.
That had to be a little bit uncomfortable.
Especially a cat that she can't pet.
That would drive at least one player in this game crazy. Cat she can't pet.
Kitties!
Come here!
I have 7 of them.
What did Noah learn?
I wonder. Harrowings are fun. No, harrowings suck.
You're
true.
welcome.
And it's funny, they once were something more important. A learning lesson.
Oh,
not
his
what they
used
are
it as a
now.
lesson.
But it's now a lot more vicious. Margot, what did Margot learn?
You already did, Margot.
Or sorry, Alexis. Sorry, my brain is fried.
About the train, about us being hunted. And she's basically learned that she's got to book it to getting intel from Buchanan because shit's about to come to a head.
Tark, what did you learn other than your storyteller is planning to really ambush the shit out of you next episode?
I am so screwed. A big one for me was that cats, animals in general, are aware of us. That we're not invisible to them. Having a hard time thinking of anything else. This one wasn't.
I can name something that you learned that seemed to disturb you quite a bit. The coin was pretty rough. I think everyone was a bit disturbed by the coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had blocked that out. It was traumatic.
Who wants to spend eternity? What's worse, eternity as a coin or eternity fighting the same fight? The moment of your death over and over. That's a tough call.
Does that make us the penny tent?
Oh my god.
Suffer! I told you it would come back around.
Oh man, that's
Okay.
bad.
That's
Wow.
just a change of thought.
Oh, see, here come the puns. Y'all gonna kill me. I'm gonna literally have my head explode on camera. Aurora, what did you learn?
Well, she learned about the drones, the constant repeating, the fact that they would try to escape, the fact that slaves are apparently quite valuable, who our enemy is or the person who's hunting us, the coin, everything about that was horrible. Yeah, animals, and yeah, it's been a hell of a session.
So everyone gets the third experience because you all can at least name one thing you learned about. Now we go to the player voting. And this week, since you missed last week, we will start with Noah.
What?
Who do you think contributed the most either to the story or the circle's agenda?
I think that oh man, it's tough. I think it was all pretty even across the board, but if I had to give an edge to someone, I will go with.
Want me to come back to you?
Come back to me. Come back to me. I'm
So
sussing
next,
through a few different.
we go to Isaac.
Oh, great.
I don't want you to be last because when you're last, you're like, your vote don't matter.
Dan, Dan, in the first one, I was put in the position you were being that first person. You know what's worse? Being the second person. When the first person can't decide. Because I'm sitting here running through everybody.
Okay. Well, then we'll go to Margot and we'll come back.
Oh my God.
All of us did. All of us did.
Yes,
Flat
yes.
out. All of us did.
There was a lot of discovery in this.
There was a lot
Yeah,
of
there was,
contribution
yeah.
from everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think anyone
That's what
really.
makes it so difficult. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will give everybody 1 XP.
Thank you.
Because I think this was, for the first harrowing, it was well done for the very first one that we've done on
Yeah.
stream. We did a mock one. but
Thank
it was
you,
different.
guys. Y'all were awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
You got to see.
Yeah, awesome.
You got to see Urian. You got to see Urian
Take the lead.
Like not only just take the lead, but get very aggressive.
Uh-huh. That was
I think we
good.
should rescind. No, I think we should rescind our points and give it to Tark for that. But that's just
No,
me.
everyone will get one for that, and we'll let, as always,
It was a team effort this session.
the viewers
Yes.
will get to decide in the Discord.
Mhm.
Now, last week's actually went to Tark,
Mhm.
so episode 3's XP went to Tark.
For that awesome freaking maneuver with the
The
helicopter.
helicopter, I think, was what sealed it. That was an amazing little scene.
That was
That was some quick
Well,
thinking.
It was.
Yep.
And viewers, you can go to the Necropolis on the Discord, links over here, and you can vote on anyone you want for any reason, or no reason at all. You can roll a die, you can whatever. You can't give it to me. I don't need
And you
XP.
can't give it to everyone. You have to pick one person.
Yeah. I've got all. We've already done the everyone. We're not doing that twice in one session. And I don't need XP because you don't want me leveling up.
Please no.
Because I plan to do some very horrible things to at least one person at this table next week.
Oh, I wonder who that is. Yeah.
I'm not liking that, like, at least.
Yeah.
There's only one place to stop for a rest to use a restroom in Hanover, and it's the tavern you're standing at.
Mhm. It is a tiny little town. It has a historic courthouse, and it has the little
tavern.
antique shop, and then the tavern.
that is haunted. It is
Yeah.
actually haunted.
Yeah,
And the antique shop. That's pretty much the
that's
town.
pretty much the town.
So thank you all. If you like what we're doing, you want to support us, give us a follow here on Twitch. Give us a subscribe if you really want to support it. If you're watching it on YouTube, of course, give us a subscribe on YouTube. You can catch all of our back episodes right over here is a link to them. You can also get the back episodes of Haunted Chronicles. Give them a follow or subscribe. They need the shorter URL. And you can see the back episodes of Ishvel, which is our D&D game that streams on this channel. Give them a subscribe too. They need to. If you're watching this on YouTube and you don't get to see the chat scroll with the links, if you go to the front of our McStabber Studios, we've got the Ishvel and Haunted Chronicles right there as some of our followed channels that are right there in the front so that you can go straight to them and hook them up because we want that shorter URL because that long URL is a pain. If you want to follow any of the cast of this amazing show, my amazing cast, I love the cast I have for this. You all are great. Their Twitters are all over there. But you can also just get on the Discord, talk to them. Discord is where we recruit for either upcoming shows, one-shots, all that's through our Discord. So if you're not on the Discord, you can't apply to be in our shows unless you work a deal on the side because each storyteller gets to pick their own people. That's the rule.
There's also members of our Discord. We have a lot of storytellers in there that don't all stream, and some of them do random pickup games as well, just with Discord members.
Yeah, we had a vampire this
lots
past
of gaming
week.
going on in McStabber's Lounge.
Actually, there was the second half of your pickup vampire game that is coming this weekend, which is the week before when you see this, of course. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, Haunted Chronicles. Watch it. It was really fucked up last week, but it was great. The one that happened yesterday, I don't know what happened yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be fucked up too. Ishvel, every Saturday at 1 p.m. Watch Ishvel. It's D&D 5th edition. Tiss is amazing. Got a great cast. You'll see at least, somebody you recognize right here as a druid, which is funny. We just had streamed when this airs.
I can't point because I'm mirrored.
Yeah, when this streams,
right?
we will have just played our Savannah by Night, Vampire the Masquerade Episode 3.
Yeah.
And that should be a good game. I'm probably going to piss off Lydia at least twice and piss off Ada at least twice.
At least.
Because that's what I do.
He's really abrasive in that game.
I get to play a Ventru, and it's not
He's
what I normally
an asshole.
play. Oh, I am a mafia enforcer.
You already said he's a Ventru.
Yeah.
You don't have to say it twice.
But that's all we have coming up this week.
Yep. If you like content, you like good streams, check over here in the chat. Check out some of these people. Thread Raiders, they do a lot of charity stuff. They're great. Jordan from there actually plays on our Savannah by Night game. Anime Panda, she's part of Haunted Chronicles. She's amazing. Check out her stream. She does. She has a homebrew D&D she does, and she also does body painting and plays video games too. So that's great. There's a number over there. Macabre Derek is on that list. He does Vampire every Sunday at 8:30 Eastern. Good show. It's dark as hell. But we're gonna see how dark I can make this. I'm gonna try to take the dark title from him with next week's episode.
Oh God.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Thanks, storyteller.
I feel like we're on this precipice just ready to dive off.
You are.
Yeah.
I took it easy on you 2 episodes.
Yeah, that's never good.
The heat is coming up. I am now turning it to 11. Because you've left the train and there's enough time for family members to have arrived on site. And that means you are going to start seeing family. And for those that watch the stream, please heed the mature content warning, especially next week. It is going to be a rough one. So anyone have anything they want to add to this?
That's it.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone who's come out.
Thank you.
The support for this stream has been amazing.
Oh, and if you are inclined to contribute bits or donations, do know that we distribute them amongst the cast of our shows when the bits and donations are done during a stream. You will not be paying myself or Shanky because he's the namesake of the studio and I'm married to him, so he gets to buy all my shit for me.
Yep.
But the bits and stuff goes to all the other players.
And I'm going to say it again. I am blessed with an amazing cast, and the viewer response to this and this cast has been...
It's been amazing.
It's been touching because you guys are giving it your all and everyone is loving it. So thank you each week for coming to play with me, and thank you each week for watching.
So come vote for your favorite in Discord.
And don't forget to vote for your favorites because somebody needs to get some XP. Give them that bonus XP. They're going to need it because if they're pissing off Mort and his crew, there's a problem. So...
Don't listen to the voices.
Yeah, don't listen to the voices. That's true. That's a good guide. So good night, everybody.
Good night.
See you next week.
See you.